I stayed with Sitarama Swami for 3 months. During that period, he learned all the tantric knowledge that I possessed. He bestowed upon me medical science. His experience in curing impossible diseases was extremely authentic and authoritative. The credit I received for curing asthma is entirely because of that Swamiji. He taught me hundreds of such medical practices, made me perform them in front of him, and tested me. Knowledge of Nadi science, Noli Kriya, and herbal identification were all given by him. He was a hidden Dhanvantari. This world did not know how to properly make use of him. Moreover, he himself preferred to remain hidden. However, the written manuscript on Nadi science, which stands like a flag of his fame, is with me. When the right time comes, I will publish it in his name. That will be my tribute to him. While traveling after leaving Dudhiari village, I came into contact with Hari Om Baba. That contact became deep, and I traveled along with him. Hari Om Baba was going to Mansarovar. For a long time, I too had the desire to see Mansarovar and Mount Kailas and to roam in that sacred Shaiva land. The moment I heard that he was going to Mansarovar, it felt as if my dream had come true. I left along with him. Hari Om Baba was like an Aghori sannyasi, extremely strict, but if pleased, he would even give away the clothes on his body. If angered, he could tear the person in front of him apart. Then there would be no mercy or compassion at all. No one could tell when his mood would change. As a result of staying with him, the marks of the blows he gave me still remain on my body. But compared to what he bestowed upon me when he was pleased, all the wealth of the 3 worlds is insignificant. Baba was a Brahman. He belonged to some village near Kashi. He himself told me this. At the age of 13 or 14, he left home and never returned. The Himalayas were his home and doorway. He knew even the remotest corners of the Himalayas, and he had personal acquaintance with hundreds and thousands of sadhus and sannyasis. He was ascending the highest stages of spiritual practice. During his lifetime, he had taken a vow to install 10,000 Shiva Lingas. Every time he came down from the Himalayas, he would go to some remote corner of the country, collect donations, install a Shiva Linga, and if possible, construct a small temple, and then return to the Himalayas. He was a supreme devotee of Lord Shiva. When in a very joyful mood, he would melodiously sing the Shiva Tandav Stotram composed by Ravana. At that sweet singing, all of nature would become filled with Shiva. The compassionate Shankara would fill his singing with even greater sweetness. One day I asked him, Baba, have you ever had a vision of Lord Parmeshwar? I have seen him many times. What? Do you also want to see him? Baba asked. Yes, I said. Then we shall see tomorrow, he said. The next day, after completing my bath and other routines, I sat before him. Do meditation. I will take you along with me, he said. The very next moment, it felt as if someone separated my life force from my body and pulled it upward. My soul was rapidly flying upward. In the next moment, Mount Kailas before me, lofty peaks, covered with snow. In front of me was Lord Parmeshwar in a state of deep meditation. I became completely absorbed and stood on one leg. It is impossible to describe that experience. After that, it felt as if someone was pulling me back. The life force entered my body again. Baba's hand was on my shoulder. Did you see anything? Baba asked. I looked at my wristwatch. The entire experience was over within 3 or 4 minutes. With an indescribable joy overflowing, I said, Yes, Baba. I stood up, circumambulated Baba, folded my hands, bowed to him, and sat before him again. Baba, is there any practice by which one can go to higher worlds whenever one wishes? I asked. There is, he said. Will you please grant me that alms? I prayed. I will teach you. I will tell you everything. Remain calm, he said. With Baba's blessing, I felt that my life had become fulfilled. If you want to live happily in this world, live amidst adverse conditions. If you possess any siddhis, never display them even by mistake. Live like an extremely ordinary human being. Even if you know something, remain like an ignorant person who does not know it. If you wish to live peacefully in this world, become an ordinary, most ordinary human being and live. Never allow your true nature to be revealed, Baba used to say. I accepted those words with utmost reverence. The truth in his words became clear to me after a few years. I created, with great effort, a new method called Trailokya Deepak. Through that method, one can know the price of any object, anywhere, at any time. For example, it is very easy to find out what will be the price of sesame oil in Jodhpur at 3 o'clock in the afternoon on 12th December 1974. Similarly, one can know what price any object will fetch, on which day, at which time. Even a difference of 1 or 2 paise brings profits or losses running into lakhs for businessmen. I tested this, Trailokya Deepak, 100 times and achieved 100% accurate results. My secretary publicized this matter. People came to know about it, and 2 or 3 businessmen approached him. We told them some prices. They turned out to be correct. They told others. In this way, within a week, the entire town, especially the business community, began discussing and spreading news about it. Crowds started gathering in front of my house. I always wished to stay away from crowds as much as possible. But selfishness is not a good quality, is it? From 4 in the morning till 12 at night, it was nothing but people. Even my daily worship began to get disturbed. There was no rest. Even at 2 in the night, people started troubling me, asking for opening and closing prices for the next day. Sleep became scarce. At that time, the words spoken by Hari Om Baba came back to my mind. If you want to live happily in this world, live like an ordinary human being and keep your true nature hidden. I put that into practice. I said, I have no time. I cannot tell prices. Many acquaintances became angry. Only after 3 or 4 months did things calm down. Hari Om Baba used to say, except for some regions of the Himalayas, the rest of the earth is polluted. There is no suitable land for spiritual practice. According to him, for thousands and lakhs of years, living beings, animals, birds, insects, have been dying everywhere and merging into the soil. The earth keeps getting polluted. Therefore, there is no place that is completely faultless. There is no pure place. There is no perfect place for practice. For example, we do not know how many beings have merged into the soil at the very place where we are standing over thousands or lakhs of years. Because of this, Hari Om Baba never practiced sitting on the ground. He would practice sitting in empty space 1 yard above the ground. When I first saw him making his body lighter than air through Shunya Siddhi Sadhana, sitting in empty space above the ground and entering meditation, I was astonished. He would sit in midair like that for 1.5 to 2 hours. Then, slowly, he would descend back to the ground. After descending, for the first time, he asked me, "What are you staring at like a madman?" I bowed to him and asked, "Baba, what is this practice by which one can make the body lighter than air and remain suspended in space?" Baba was in a good mood. I asked, "Am I worthy of this practice, Baba?" "Why not? With practice, anything can be achieved," Baba said. I asked again, "What exactly is the nature of this Shunya Siddhi Sadhana, Baba?" He explained it like this. Our body is made of 5 elements. Among them, air is one element. One must align oneself with that element. Then only one element remains, air. Besides this, there are 4 other elements. By gradually lightening those 4 elements through a specific process and merging them into the air element, the entire body becomes light like air. In such a state, this physical body can be lifted to any height and can move freely in all directions. In this way, he taught me about Shunya Siddhi Sadhana. Under his guidance, I practiced this. I was able to sit suspended at a height where there was visible space between the ground and my body. But this practice is very complex and difficult. It is not possible without the guidance of a guru. After leaving Baba, I could not practice it regularly. Even today, I feel sorrow that I could not attain complete success in this practice. Hari Om Baba is a highly advanced being in the field of spiritual practice. In appearance, he looks like an ordinary person. Nothing special is visible. Once, his disciple Kalicharana narrated an incident from Baba's life. This incident took place during the days Baba lived in Calcutta. He used to wear an ordinary dhoti and a simple upper cloth. A big businessman came to see him. He had heard a lot about Baba's fame. But when he saw him, Baba appeared like a very ordinary sadhu. While leaving, the businessman noticed Baba's torn dhoti. Babaji, your dhoti is torn. I will send you once tomorrow, he said. Babaji said nothing. He only smiled gently and remained silent. The next day, the businessman came with a set of new dhoti. By then, Babaji's discourse had just ended. To show off, the businessman placed the dhoti in front of Babaji in the presence of everyone. There was no humility in his offering. Babaji raised his eyes and looked at him. In a surge of anger, he picked up the dhoti and threw them far away. Do you think you are the one who clothes me? Watch, he said. That was it. From the sky, dhoti, shawls, and upper garments began to rain down. Within moments, they piled up to a height of 5 or 6 feet. Babaji stood up, went inside the room, and shut the doors. The businessman collapsed in fear. Standing at the door, he prayed intensely. He wept bitterly. Babaji did not show mercy. Moreover, fearing that this incident would become widely known, Baba left Calcutta that very night along with Kalicharan. He never returned to that city again. Once, while discussing the Mahabharata with Baba, he was lying down, and I was pressing his feet. Out of curiosity, I was asking questions, and he was answering them. During the discussion, I asked, Baba, did the Mahabharata war really happen? Did such a massive slaughter truly take place? Baba remained silent for 2 moments and then said, any sound that is uttered is eternal. It never truly perishes. Sound does not disappear with time. Even sounds uttered thousands of years ago still exist safely in the atmosphere. Even this conversation we are having now can be heard exactly as it is, even after lakhs of years. Suddenly, he sat up and asked, do you want to hear the sounds of the Mahabharata war? Do you want to hear the conversation between Krishna and Arjuna? If you grant me that fortune, I will be eternally grateful, I said. He pulled me close. He gently moved his hand over my eyes. That was all. A great and astonishing vision appeared. It felt as though I was in another world. Before me, the battle between the Kauravas and Pandavas was taking place. In the midst of the Pandav army, Shri Krishna stood as the charioteer. Arjuna was asking questions. Shri Krishna turned back, raised one hand, and gave answers. All around were strange atmospheres, sounds of mutual slaughter, cries, Arjuna as questions, and Shri Krishna as replies. Everything was clearly and distinctly audible to me. The next moment, my eyes opened. Before me, Babaji was sitting with a gentle smile. The scene changed like a motion picture. What a divine and magnificent vision I saw just moments ago. Is such a blessing granted to everyone? Thinking like this, I was overwhelmed with emotion. My eyes filled with tears. My head bowed at Babaji's feet. His lotus feet were drenched with my tears. Babaji's blessing hand gently stroked my back. How fortunate I am to have received the blessing of sitting at Babaji's feet. I have already said that Babaji was like an aghori. If pleased, He would give away even the loincloth he was wearing. If angered, he would throw whatever was in his hand or pick up any nearby object and hurl it at the other person's head. The head might even break. He would not care. The blows and wounds caused by objects thrown by Babaji in anger still remain on my body as marks of his memory. Babaji was very old. I cannot say his exact age. I never dared to ask. But the hair on his head was completely white like snow. His eyebrows had also turned white. He could easily have been 100 to 125 years old. Even at such an advanced age, he was like a small child. All his teeth were intact. His eyes were sharp and radiant. Even in darkness, their sparkle could be seen. His body was strong. He would climb any height effortlessly, very naturally, without any strain. While climbing hills or mounds, he would walk 2 steps ahead of me. If I got tired, he would ask me to sit and rest. He too would sit. As soon as I tried to press his feet after a short rest, he would burst into laughter, get up, and run ahead. Babaji possessed siddhis related to extrasensory knowledge, and high-level wisdom connected to it was his own treasure. Knowing what is in another person's mind happens naturally in this practice. Moreover, by contemplating a person who is in a faraway place, it is not difficult at all to know what thoughts are passing through that person's mind at that moment. Today, departments of parapsychology exist everywhere. At Jaipur University also, work was done in this field for several years. In America, Professor Ryan of Duke University became famous as a pioneer of this science. In America, there are many branches and sub-branches related to parapsychology. In Russia too, a great deal of work has been done in this field. A human being can accomplish many extraordinary things through ordinary effort alone. Parapsychological research has shown that if the mind is concentrated, many astonishing feats can be achieved. When I was in Indore, a young man came to me out of curiosity in this matter. He was determined to learn this knowledge by any means. I tested him thoroughly in my own way. He succeeded in those tests. I taught him how to concentrate his mind and practice mental power. Within just 1 week, he was able to make a pencil placed on a table stand upright using his mental power alone. If one has strong willpower, anyone can achieve success in this knowledge. Once in Delhi, I met the blind Angshusanmukeshwara Swami. In front of many senior officials, he demonstrated this power by breaking a 10 nugula stone into pieces. He broke chains using eye-piercing power. He astonished people by telling them what they were thinking. Now, this knowledge is no longer secret. The power of this knowledge is astonishing. I am telling you about Hari Om Baba. Isn't it? I heard about these parapsychological sciences for the first time only from him. Whatever addresses I had written in my diary, he concentrated his mind and recited them rapidly. Without even looking, he told what was written on which page. During the Mansarovar journey, he taught me this knowledge. Not only did he teach it, he trained me in concentration of the mind. He made me sit in front of him and conduct experiments. After concentration was achieved, he taught Samvit Sadhana. After practicing that sadhana, I experienced merging my soul with the souls of others. After that, whoever I saw, any person or any sadhu, I was able to know the thoughts present in their mind. As that practice intensified, it became extremely easy to think of even an acquaintance who was far away and grasp what was in their mind. Later, many times, I could know what my wife or my mother was thinking, no matter how far away they were. The Mansarovar journey is as difficult as it is delightful. There is no place as beautiful, peaceful, and sacred as the Mansarovar region. There is no doubt that it is the most ideal place for concentration of the mind and for such practice. If I begin describing the siddhis of Hari Om Baba, it would become an entire book. Once, he spoke about Gandha Tanmatra Siddhi. Through it, one can emit any fragrance desired from the body or from the hand. Whatever is touched at that time becomes fragrant. While explaining this, he rubbed his palms together and placed his right palm in front of me. Though I was sitting nearly 4 feet away, the fragrance of roses wafted toward me. Do you smell the fragrance of roses? He asked. Yes, Baba. I replied. And now? He asked. Saying this, he again rubbed his palms together and held out his right palm. Now, the fragrance of musk filled all 4 directions. In a single moment, he was capable of producing any fragrance he wished. Many years after leaving Babaji, a Bengali young woman came to me in Jodhpur. She was the second wife of a military officer. His first wife had died. He was preparing to retire. Her age was about 17 or 18 years. Theirs was a love marriage. At that time, they were both living in Jodhpur. While I was writing something, both of them came. Her name was Shakti Bhattacharya. She said, Dr. Saab, I have heard a great deal about your fame in the field of astrology. Bengali newspapers publish your predictions, and they are astonishingly accurate. I have interest and some knowledge in palmistry. I want to learn astrology. Can you teach me for an hour or an hour and a half once or twice a week? I remained silent. I want to become your disciple. I am not unworthy. I have good knowledge of palmistry. Please give me your hand. I will see it, she said. Mrs. Bhattacharya, I already know my past and future. Look at his hand instead, I said, pointing to the man sitting beside me. A man was sitting next to me. He was a clerk in the NWD, earning only 250 rupees as salary. He was well-built, dressed neatly, and wore a gold ring with an imitation diamond on his finger. Shakti looked at him and examined his hand for about 2 minutes. To test her, I said, his name is Gopal Purohit. He is a senior officer in All India Radio. She laughed. Dr. Saab, do you also tell lies? This man can never become a senior officer in his life. At best, he can be an ordinary clerk, maybe a head clerk. His salary will not cross 450 rupees, she said. Then, Mrs. Bhattacharya, reading the palm is only a pretext. You possess Karna Pishachini Siddhi, don't you? I asked. Shakti laughed again and said, What is there to hide from you, Dr. Saab? And released his hand. Can you get me a glass of water? She asked. I brought water from inside. She placed her hand on the glass for 1 minute and invoked Gandha Tanmatra Siddhi. As soon as she removed her hand, the fragrance of roses spread. The entire room became filled with fragrance, and it spread outside as well. I laughed. I am demonstrating the tests myself to become your disciple. If I am considered to have passed these tests, please accept me as your disciple, said Shakti. At that very moment, a doctor friend arrived. He had absolutely no belief in mantras or tantra. I invited him and introduced him. This is all superstition, magic tricks, and cheating people, that doctor said. I remained calm. But Shakti became angry. After all, she was hot-blooded. Please go to the bathroom once, Shakti said to the doctor. Why? He asked. I don't need to go right now, he said. I am warning you in advance. If you don't go to the bathroom now, you will regret it later, said Shakti. After I also insisted, he went to the bathroom. He immediately came out in panic. Dr. Srimali, please come here at once, he said. Why? What is the matter? I asked. Come quickly, he said nervously. When I came out, he asked, Who is she? Why? I asked. She has done something. My manhood is gone. My urinary organ has disappeared. I will file a police report, he said. But how will you prove that it happened because of her? Moreover, she is the wife of a senior military officer, I said. Then what should I do? He asked. I brought him inside. Mrs. Bhattacharya, this tantric experiment. I began. Yes, Dr. Saab, I can turn any man into a woman, but I cannot turn him back into a man. I know only half of this tantra, she said. The doctor's panic increased further. He was on the verge of crying. His face was drenched in sweat. Dr. Srimali, coming to you was my mistake. Who knows what kind of tantrics you gather around you, he said. But you don't believe in mantras and tantra, do you? I asked. Why do I need a mirror for the bracelet already on my wrist? I believe now. Please make me the way I was before. That is enough, he said. Shakti laughed and looked at me. Understanding my signal, she said, go to the bathroom once again. He went and returned. His anxiety ended. His manhood was restored. His private organ became visible again. Dr. Srimali, I am leaving, he said, and before I could say anything, he ran away as if fleeing. Silence filled the room. Do you know Tantra? I asked her. Yes, Guruji, she replied. In Bengal, tantric sciences are like cottage industries. I learned all this from my father. But these are all small things. I know more than 100 such things, Shakti said. After some casual conversation, the husband and wife left. After that, she came 4 or 5 times and learned astrology. Later, she stopped coming. I came to know that her mother had passed away, her husband had taken compulsory retirement, and they had gone to Bengal. While speaking about Hari Om Baba, I drifted into another matter. I was blessed with Babaji's company for a long time. After the Mansarovar journey ended, he stayed for some time at his Guru's place, Mundi Bhati. It was here that his Guru attained Samadhi. One day, I asked him, Babaji, what are the signs of a yogi? To know the secrets of yoga, he replied, Baba, should a yogi display miracles of his powers? I asked. Babaji said, no. As long as a person is on the path of yoga, he must stay away from such displays of miracles. Such displays give rise to ego. Because of that ego, a yogi falls from the path. Therefore, until perfection in yoga is attained, one should live just like an ordinary person. No matter how much others provoke, one should not fall into the trap of displaying miracles. One's yogic practices and disciplines must always remain secret. Even to the closest relatives, not even a trace of them should be revealed. When perfection in yogic practice is attained, there are no bonds of any kind. Then ego becomes completely absent. Displays of greatness do not generate pride in such a person. For those who have attained perfection in practice, there is nothing impossible. All material objects come under their control. Such people remain far beyond materialism. Babaji would frequently visit the Mundi Khati ashram. He himself bore all the expenses of this ashram. Many times, for his spiritual practice, he would enter the Siddha cave within the ashram and remain there for 3 or 4 months continuously. During those 4 months, there would be no food or water at all. Only after 4 months would he come out of the cave. Until then, he would not be seen by anyone. While I was with him, he decided to enter the Siddha cave. Leaving him felt impossible to me. But his command was firm and unquestionable. As he entered the Siddha cave, he blessed all the disciples, including me. He placed his hand on my head and then entered the cave. That evening, carrying Babaji's memories filled in my heart, I set out on my journey. It had been a month since I left Babaji. My mind was not well at all. Day and night, there was no peace. Even in my practice, the mind was not steady. Dispassion was increasing. Yet attachment to household life had not gone. Complete renunciation had not arisen either. My mind became like the state of Trishanku, hanging in between. One day, when this condition became unbearable, I invoked Babaji. As I entered the state of deep samadhi, Babaji appeared before me. He appeared like an image on a television screen. Before me, he appeared motionless, detached, free from desire, calm, and with a gentle, sweet smile, and said, "Why did you call me? Baba, my mind does not stay steady. Until now, I have been in darkness. Complete absorption is not happening in meditation. I do not even feel the desire to return home. After leaving you, almost a month has been wasted. Until now, I have not been able to obtain a guru." I said, "Tomorrow at the same time, at this very place, a sadhu will meet you. Go with him. Very quickly, you will find your guru," Babaji said. Saying this, he disappeared. My meditation broke. I returned to normal awareness. Because I had seen Babaji, my body was filled with joy and goosebumps. That night, I fell into a deep sleep.
If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe and press the bell icon for notifications. If you liked the video, please press like button and share it with your friends. Thank you.